The conclusions of the joint investigation team are clear. Flight MH17 was shot down by an SA-11 Buk surface-to-air missile transported from Russia to Ukrainian territory, then controlled by Moscow-backed rebels. But key questions remain unanswered.
Was it an error? Was it intentional? Who was in charge? Who issued the order? Those are the subsequent questions, and that's what we have to explore.
The families of the victims have waited more than 2 years for answers. Hans de Boer's 17-year-old daughter, Elmar, was among the 298 victims.
Up till now there were a lot of speculations, but I see this as something really, a big relief for me.
Russia has consistently denied any involvement and has claimed the airliner was downed either by a Ukrainian fighter jet or shot down from Ukrainian territory. But the evidence against that is overwhelming, says military science analyst Justin Bronk.
The idea that this was the moment Ukraine chose to loose off a large surface-to-air missile is frankly not credible. Whereas the rebels had previously used exactly this type to down a Ukrainian military plane at high altitude.
Investigators used a range of forensic techniques to identify the missile and its likely trajectory.
And then the fact that it's a very large missile, and when fired, it leaves very distinctive scorch marks on the ground where the vehicle was when it was fired. And those would be visible from satellite imagery, for example.
The precise launch site has been narrowed down to a specific field outside the village of Pervomaisky. Using intercepted phone calls and images posted online, investigators were able to trace the path of the missile launcher from Russia on the morning of July 17th and then its return journey later that day, with 2 missiles absent. The investigation has identified over 100 people who were linked to the crash.
Russia is never going to approve the extradition of these individuals, and so it'd be almost impossible to bring a meaningful criminal prosecution against them.
But victims' families want prosecutors to reach higher up the chain of command.
If a missile is sent from Russia to the Ukraine for just 1 day, then there must have been a decision, and the decision is definitely cannot be taken by just a soldier.
With the finger of blame pointing squarely at Moscow, analysts say the already strained relations between the West and Russia are likely to deteriorate further. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.